Are you all ready? We're about to move around with the floor. Yes. Today, as all days, we like to get busy, move around, do what we have to do, and go forward from there. So welcome, 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 welcome. Today, as you move around with Deborah. That's me. Thank you for being here. You know, I just want to share with you that we offer interactive engagement through our social media platforms and our call-in line. Yes, 1-727-731-5192. Yes, I hope you have that pencil and paper ready, because there's some information that will be provided to you. I'm so excited. I'm ready to move. So we're going to be providing some information to you today that is so valuable. We're here to talk about planning. You have to plan. You plan to be here. You plan to do what you were going to do today. You plan as you dream. You're planning. And our mission is to actually increase travel awareness, helping you decide when, where, how to travel, and what you're doing during the journey. Yes. What are you doing during the journey? Is that too many? No, that's not too many. It's never too many. So we're also here to help support those of you who are looking to start a business in the ever-growing travel industry. I mean, it is growing, and there's so many variables that you can tap into. And I'm going to share some of that with you today, and as well as my guests. But we're here to promote a learning environment through safe, thoughtful discussions globally. We're not just where we are globally. And you can be global in your mind. You haven't maybe been able to put boots on the ground or fans in the air in the various places that you want to travel to. But you can begin by the planning. You know where you want to go. You know maybe when you want to go, but you might not be sure how you're going to do that and how you're going to afford to do that. And that's what we're going to talk about today, the affordability in some cases. Now, I don't like to use the word cheap. I like to use the word affordable, because cheap tends to break a lot, and you get what you pay for, and you have to be satisfied with that. And I know a lot of folks say the first thing they want to do, they want the cheapest route, but that's not what you really want. You want the most affordable route and affordable opportunities. And there are many opportunities out there. And I always say, travel can be associated to any topic. I mean, any topic. And if you don't believe me, challenge me. Call in our 727-731-5192 line. Again, we like to share, subscribe, ring that bell, enjoy, learn, grow, and love. And remember, everything we do here is for educational purposes. We're not saying this is what you have to do, or this is what you must do, or if you don't do this, you'll be in this situation, other than read the fine print. Now, that is key. Our program is here to give you various perspectives of life and all the tools you need to grow. So with that, I know that was a big introduction, but we're not finished with our introduction. Here we go. Welcome to the Female Solution and Move Around with Deborah.
Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, Let's share our love. This is the Female Solution.
Yes, this is the female solution. Now, let me tell you something. I know we say the female solution, but we open up opportunities and information to come from the male's perspective as well. So make sure that you join in, whether you're a female or a male, make sure you share. And as you can read at the bottom of the scrolling page, if you not able to read it for whatever reason, it's saying the Female Solution Global TV show is here Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. On Saturdays, 12 noon to 1 p.m. and Sundays also up. I've got to change that. It's also 12 noon to 1 p.m. Every day we're here. Every day we are here for you to bring you some options, some solutions. We're all going through challenges, and that's what the Female Solution is here for you. Now, we're going to have a special guest come on in just a moment. We're excited to have her, and I know she's getting ready to come on and share some fabulous information, of course, about travel, about her ministry, and about other things. But let me tell you something. I like to talk about what's going on in the world today. And we have to get a perspective on our life and our history. So a lot of not sure about a particular state, but I just want to let you know that today is the Idaho State official day. Yes, Idaho State, Boise. Most people recognize Boise. I know it's okay. But it's a lot more to Boise. One of the largest fossils. Do you remember way back in the day, we used to do field trips and we would go and look up fossils. And in my state where I am, there were some fossil beds. And I'm sure that there's fossils in so many places. Now, if you're not familiar with a fossil, excuse me. If you're not familiar with a fossil, that's anything that is buried in and engraved in the soil, in the dirt, in the concrete, and that has is just part of the grain of the fabric of the earth. A fossil. So check out fossils. Yeah. and check out Idaho. Let's see what about your state, the state that you live in. What do you do in your state? Another day, another thing that is so important that we must focus on today and always, and especially because summer is coming, the seasons are changing. And I don't know about you, but whenever I travel, I always try to make sure that the facilities that I stay in has a pool, an indoor pool, preferably. Yes. So today is Learn How to Swim Day. Yes. Do you know how to swim? A lot of us don't. And it is so important that we educate ourselves on swimming or water safety. You don't even have to swim. You have to know water safety. And one of the things that I love to cruise, and folks just say, oh, that's too much water to drink. And I say, well, when you fly, that's too much air for you to go through, walk through, zoom through, and other options. But I love cruising. Now, I don't have any intentions on going into the ocean, none at all. But you have to learn some type of water safety. You never know, even with the climate that we have nowadays, the rain that comes, the flash flooding. That's all part of knowledge of water safety. Don't go through the viaducts that his appears to be a lot of water. You never know what may happen. But today is Learn to Swim Day. It's always celebrated on the third Saturday of May. So if you're looking at a rebroadcast, remember, even though it's on the third Saturday of May, it's still important to learn how to swim, and especially educating parents and children about the water safety before the summer break. So many people, even already today in my city, there have been folks just this past week that have had to be saved from swimming in Lake Michigan. It's just a lake, but it's still it's cold, and you have to be so careful. And another thing that swimming does is great for a fitness opportunity. When you're swimming and you're going through, it's like running through sand. You're getting so much traction. With swimming, you're using a lot of your muscles, and we have to move those joints. Swimming is good, and a year-round exercise. You don't have to do much else but get in that pool, and make sure that you have your swimming gear. That's so important. That's the noodles, goggles, swim cap for most folks. If you're walking around, they have so many swim shoes, and they're decorative, so you can be fashionable while wearing these swim things. And of course, your bathing gear. Now, make sure you're covering up, because it could be a lot of germs out there too. So be prepared. If you have a cut or a wound or something, don't get in any of that foreign water. You have to be careful. You have to take care of yourself. But that's what I wanted to share with you today, about travel, and swimming, because we're going to be getting in those pool parties. Yes, yes, yes. It's a lot of pool parties going on, and we have to be prepared. So make sure you get your swim gear together. Get your children, your grandchildren, your nieces and nephews, and the folks in the neighborhood, and just be prepared. Okay. All right. Thank you, for allowing me to share some valuable information about, life and travel. Because again, we can use this information for anything, right? Right. Okay. And of course, this information is and production is for educational purposes only. Make sure you pay attention to that. Also, suicide crisis lifeline 988. You can call, chat, text, 24 hours. Help is there. Please, please reach out. Please reach out for someone you think is going through. Touch them, talk to them. Well, not touch them in a physical aspect if they're not up to that, but interact with folks, talk to people, smile. You could save a life by just smiling. Did you know that? Absolutely. Absolutely. So I want you to make sure that you pay attention to your surroundings, what you are doing, and how you are going through life expeditiously. So today we're talking about what? Groupon coupons, discount travel, group travel. And I just want to say that we are on the way. We're getting ready for our first commercial. We have to we have to satisfy our sponsors, and we have quite a few sponsors. And I just want to share with you one right now. So make sure you got a pen, even turn in and tune it into a friend, and let them know that the female solution, move around with Deborah, is on now. And we will be right back.
Hi, I'm Naima Latif, and if you're watching this, that means you're one of the 4.6 billion people from around the world who are using an electronic device to talk to people. In these times, people are using the internet to talk to everybody. Friends, neighbors, family members, co-workers. People are on their cell phones and computers all day long. Now, if you're in business, that is great news. That means you can sell your products and services all day long and never have to leave your home. All you need is a media connection, somebody to connect you to an audience. And that's why I'm talking to you today. We produce programs, and our audience members are people who shop. They buy clothes, food, beauty supplies, cleaning supplies, home repair, transportation services, child care services. Whatever you're selling, they need to buy it. We're your media connection. Just follow this link, and tomorrow you can sit back and relax at home while your business is making you money.
Yes. Check out the media connection. We all have to uh, get our information out. We all have something to say. Even if you don't think you do, you've got something to say. And I want you to just sit back and think, how are you giving to this world? How are you sharing your being to someone? You never know who's watching you. You never know who's growing from you. So always be righteous and do what you need to do. So I see that I have our guests. Yes, we have a special guest. Even though we're talking about Groupon coupons and how to travel in a position where we can save, I don't want to leave my guest out any longer. I want to bring on, and I hope she's ready here, Sally.
Hi,
Hi, Sally.
hi, Mr. Bora. Thank you for moving around with me.
Thank you. And I see you're representing God's Gift Ministries.
Yes,
Wow. That is something. God's gift is providing us this platform to
yes,
be here right now. We could have been somewhere else. We could not have gotten up this morning. We could not have a voice to share with someone. And like I just said, we don't know whose life we're saving,
yes.
just interacting. So, again, welcome. And tell me a little bit about yourself.
Thank you. I am one of the teachers at God Gives Ministries. My official title is Senior Global Administrator for God Gives Ministries. Um, we share the good word, good words for better living. Our pastor is Dr. Gwendolyn L. Appleberry. Our church service in the sanctuary is from 11:30 to 1:15 every Sunday at 6549 South Halsted. And we offer various classes throughout the week as well.
Okay, now let me stop you here. You said you're on South Halsted. In
Yes,
what town is that in?
Chicago, Illinois, 6549 South Halsted, Chicago, Illinois.
Got you. Okay.
And just to touch on the travel aspect of it, um, I have found from personal experience, uh, when I travel, I set my spending money to the side and break it up for the number of days to ensure that I'm covered for every single day. Since we're sharing with travel, uh, I try to give that information to as many people as possible, because sometimes you get ahead of yourself and you see good things. Well, if your budget is $50 or $100 a day, and you go over it, then that budget is going to change every day, from what you used prior
That's
to. If you used too much or if you didn't use enough, then you have extras later on. And we would hate for somebody to come back from their vacation short.
We don't want to be short. But you know what? That all comes from pre-planning.
Planning,
And
yes,
I just reached down. Let's see. My
yes,
travel weekly, my travel bucket
yes,
change. You drop that change in. And you know where I got that idea from? The commercial with that guy. He would drop the change in the glass jar. The
yes. The
change in the
AARP commercial, yes,
We have went on so many journeys by dropping it in the bucket, saving it throughout the year.
hmm,
You're planning, even though you don't quite know where you're going the next time you're going, but you're planning on going somewhere.
yes,
So you might as well start saving. And that way your budget can expand. You're not at the last minute trying
yes.
to get your finances together. You got to pay for your trip. You know, when you budget, have you paid for your journey, say a year in advance?
Yes, we usually pre-plan most of our trips, and that gives you enough time to pay for the actual trip and save your spending money as well.
Yes, yes. And do you travel in a group?
Yes, we do travel in a group when we go. Sometimes we may piggyback with another organization to make it more affordable.
Yes, that is the key to make it as affordable as possible. And I have found that when you book within a group,
Hmm.
not only is it more affordable monetarily wise, but you have more flexibility in how you pay.
Okay.
For example, if you just flying somewhere uh, and you book through my alma mater, Southwest, if you book at least 20 people in that group, then you lock it in a price and you have the flexibility of paying on time.
Okay.
Whereas if you go to book a flight singly, you have to pay for it right then.
Immediately.
Not only do you lock in that price at the time of the booking, of the group booking, but if that price changes, if you have someone, and typically it's a travel advisor who is working, they leader who is working at, if they're looking at that rate on a regular basis, when that rate and if that rate decreases, they're able to contact the airlines and get your rate decreased.
Hmm.
And then you can maybe do whatever you like to do with that
Extra
overage.
savings. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And especially if it's a group that is giving to
Hmm.
someone. We do a lot of travel where we're going to other countries and we give what they need. It's a lot, so you have more to give that
Yes.
other group that you're going to visit. So, have you ever done that type of travel?
No, we haven't done the travel for giving yet. We are planning a trip to Africa soon. We haven't got the date set up, but that will be a giving trip. We have sent donations over, but we have not gone with our donation.
Okay, okay. What type of donations have you sent over? Was it monetarily? I know that
We've
there
done the
was one.
monetarily, toiletries,
Yes, yes,
t-shirts, socks, just different things that's always needed in areas like soap, hygiene products, shampoo, toothbrush, toothpaste, things that a lot of things that we take for granted here.
absolutely. And you know what? You're talking about taking it for granted here. We also have where we collect here in the United States. for the unhoused.
Yes.
And we take that for granted for
Yeah.
them too, because actually, when you think about it, where do they shower?
Mm-hmm.
How do they clean themselves? How do they bathe and whatnot? And it's amazing. It is definitely amazing as to the opportunities that we have worldwide
Mm-hmm.
to be able to give back. And some folks say, well, I don't have this and I don't have that. We have so much.
Yes.
If we just go through one drawer,
Mm-hmm.
we have a lot that we could share. So I thank you for sharing this information, and I hope that you can be here or return at
Yeah.
some point. I want to keep you for the rest of the day. I
Okay.
don't want you to go anywhere, but I just want you to get in mind that we're going to be talking about those discounts, those opportunities, and what we can do to give back to the community. I know you have a ministry, and your ministries probably go into different categories.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a travel ministry specifically?
We don't have a specific travel ministry, but we do try to travel with our youth every July.
Okay.
So we definitely travel with the youth once a year, and then we plan a church trip as well, sometime during the year. COVID has set us back a little bit, but yes, we're
It's
getting back
over.
on board. Yes, we're
We
getting
done
back
with
on
that.
board with
Yeah,
that. Yes.
we know how to handle, shutdowns in the travel industry. Folks, we get shut down. The previous shutdown that I remember was 9/11,
Okay.
and then COVID, and we have recovered from both already. So when you go and travel with the youth, is it a bus tour, or do you stay in the geographical area, or do you travel across states?
Yes, we do travel across state. Prior to COVID, we had went to Florida with the kids. We've done a trip to Springfield with the kids. We've also this year we're planning to go to Detroit so that they could see the Underground Railroad and the museum for Motown, and we
Oh,
got other different things on the itinerary. But yeah, that covers your transportation, your hotel, as
all
well
right.
as the venues that we're going into.
Oh, great, great. And how many children do you typically take with you? Is it like a bus? Do you travel by
Yes,
bus?
yes, it's usually a bus load.
Okay, okay. And I know when you change the mindset of a child, when
Yes,
you get them out of their environment, boy, you're setting them up for a life change experience. I mean, it just changes the whole shift of the direction that they can go. They expand. And I wanted to let you know that there's a lot of underground railroad sites right here in the area.
yes.
So that message, especially coming up to Juneteenth,
Mm-hmm.
the Juneteenth celebration, we've got to know our history.
Absolutely.
It is so much. And I think that we talked about Idaho earlier. There's some history in Idaho as well, for the way folks of our color, our melanin moved around.
Yes.
Today is also an anniversary of Brown versus Brown, I think it is,
Mm.
in Topeka, Kansas, where in 1954 they had to segregate a school
Okay.
for yes. So yes, the history is all around. And let me tell you, and I know you know, if we don't teach it, they ain't gonna find out.
Absolutely. And it's just so much. It's one thing to read about something. It's another thing to actually go there and physically see it and touch it and just have that experience that you can share with others too.
Yes.
So
Yes.
travel needs to be in all of our lives.
Yes. On a regular
And it's
basis.
just so much, even like in your own hometown, there's so many people that was born and raised in Chicago that has never been to the Sears Towers. Well, it's not Sears Towers anymore, but the Willis Towers.
The Willis Tower,
We
whatever
have
name it
two of
is.
the, right, we have two of the tallest buildings in the United States
Right.
here in Illinois. I think we also got a third one that was just recently extracted. But
And not only that, just here in Chicago, the architectural
yes,
river um,
sure,
tours.
we've done that one before too.
I mean, look at your own home building or
Hmm.
looking out your window, and you see the structure of maybe the trees or the other buildings and how they're unique but different.
Okay.
And look at that. Pay attention to that. We ride down the street or drive down the street or walk down the street, and we think everything looks the same because it's familiar.
Yes.
Once you start really paying attention and you've been on that architectural tour or you open your mind, someone opened your mind to
Yes.
that, and you don't have to be a child.
Hmm. Yeah.
Children are the
Even
only
as right,
people who learn.
even as an adult, I didn't realize how many Frank Lloyd Wright homes we had
Right here.
in right here, and I
Right
was
here.
amazed to learn that. And I learned that on one of the tours. I think we did that with PBS. So,
Hmm. Hmm.
mhm.
Well, let me hold off just a
Okay,
moment. I've got one. I got another commercial break. We got to stay on top of these sponsors.
not a problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Barbara.
I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Naima. We're three Black moms.
And in case you didn't notice the resemblance, we're also three sisters.
We're going to be coming to you every week, sharing our successes and our mistakes as we navigate our lives as moms, wives, sisters, daughters, and of course, Black women in today's world.
We'll talk about it all: race, politics, religion, economics, culture, and we'll take a look at everything from whether or not to use corporal punishment to how do you teach your children about sex.
Look for our upcoming book, Growing Up Charles. It's a personal story about our lives growing up in Maple Park on Chicago's South Side. I'm Barbara.
I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Naima. We're three Black moms. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Three Black Moms.
Is Monday morning a struggle to get out of bed, into the swing of things? Well, don't worry, you are not alone. Join us for thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversations on the Female Solution. Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks for your stress relief session on the OnAirEverywhere.com platform. Mondays at a new time, 7 till 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Share your thoughts, comments, and suggestions. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, go to higherlearningnetwork.org.
All right.
All
We're
right.
still celebrating moms.
Yes,
So
every
my
day.
mom got her wings.
Yes.
Well, Mom's Day is every day. I want everybody to understand that.
Yes, it is.
Much. Welcome back to the Female Solution. Thank you, Sally, for being here. We certainly appreciate it. It's very good speaking with you. And now we were talking about uh, opportunities of travel,
Yes.
and a lot of times it's just not affordable. Truth be told, is not affordable, but we want to go. So
Mhm.
what we have to do is, we talked about saving, planning, and we have to take what's in our area and what we can get a coupon, and that's what the hence Groupon coupon. I was looking at a program where they shop and they do the shopping with the coupons. I forget the coupon bonanza or whatever, and how much product they were getting
Yes.
just by using the coupons. And I'm talking about in the thousands or hundreds and thousands of dollars that they were getting. And then one person, the store owed them money.
Yes, I've
I'm
seen that
like,
before.
this is unreal. So I'm like, I can apply that to travel, of course.
Mm.
And I thought about the coupon, the Groupon coupon situation. I know I didn't want to get in trouble with the Groupon name. So I got to say Groupon coupon, right? So I'm going to share a couple of screens that I came across with this. And I did it because I was excited about travel and how to travel inexpensively, right?
Yeah.
So Groupon vacations is everywhere. You can be everywhere. And of course, everybody talking about Wikipedia. Did you know Groupon and many of these other companies are internet based? They're not tangible materials. The actual Groupon is not a tangible material. They are e-commerce, just like Uber
Yeah.
and Lyft and all these other organizations. They connect people. And this is an option. I want the youth of our world and those of you who are out here looking for income. I just, it turns my mind when I hear people have to physically go to 2 and 3 jobs. No, get one job, okay, and let that one job support your business that you are starting. Anybody could have started Groupon. It's just connecting people. You're out here talking, connect people. We talk about the barter system here with the female solution. It's just all about connecting people, and that's how Groupon started off, and not too long ago. And they're right here in Chicago too.
Mhm.
Maybe that would be a nice trip to the Groupon offices for the children. Ah,
Okay.
I would think about that to get that in their mind. You could be an entrepreneur of your own rights. You don't have to work for someone else. Work
Mhm.
for yourself. Now, ultimately, I say you work for yourself, you're your own boss, but ultimately, your customer is your boss because they
Yeah.
kind of dictate uh maybe bottom lines. You can do it how you want to do it, but they still dictate. But Groupon is an e-commerce marketplace. You can do this in your neighborhood. You can connect people who have other businesses in your neighborhood, people that you know, and have them work with each other, or have it as the yellow pages or the brown pages or the Smith pages or the Spratt pages.
Yes.
We can do this, and these are things that we have to infuse into the minds of our children. So yes, Groupon was just created not too long ago, and I can say that we have so many opportunities right here at our fingertips. We just have to have someone to share that with us and show what we can and how we can. So there is a full on information about how Groupon was started and that type of thing. So, go there. Now, for travel, I like to try. I say I travel every day, and I can do that by the wide world web.
Mm.
I can just go on a website, on a site, on somebody's site, and do what I have to do. So here is one of my Groupon sites. I already have 25 hearts. I have my search details automatically go to Phoenix, Arizona. And I'm here in the Midwest, but here is what they have here. I always wanted to go to Fiji, and this is a trip that I found for Auckland, Sydney, Australia, and Fiji. And it's very, very expensive to travel to this part of the world. But that's okay because I want to do it and I'm going to save to do it and I'm going to do it in one way or another. But this is what I want to share with you. It can be affordable. It can be affordable. I think, as you can see over here, this tour is for $2,299 per person. Now, let me tell you, some of these folks out here is doing it. I don't know where the recession is. I don't, but the planes are full, the cruise ships are full, the trains are full. People are traveling. So
Yes.
we just have to put it in our covertures that we can do it. And if we have to do it by Groupon, then that's what we will do. Now, even though you have a Groupon coupon opportunity, you're still going through a travel agency and they will direct you to that travel agency within this caption of this information. But it says what you get. And then here's where I want you to really, really, really pay attention to anything that you buy. I know we don't like to read. I don't like reading is so much. And then they put so much on the page for you to read. And they want you not to read that box.
Mhm.
It's structured for that. It's like an insurance, buying insurance policies. They tell you one thing on one page and they tell you something, it negates it on page 5. Contracts, the same thing. You have to read everything, and you question anything that you're not sure of. And if you're not comfortable with it, then don't go with it. But what you get when you book, and it tells you how to book, but each person is based on two people. And a lot of times, whenever you get deals, it's based on two people traveling together, sharing a room. And in some cases, it's sharing a bed. Yeah. It may be a king size bed, but some of these properties, hotels, they're structured to only have one bed option. Go figure. They're coming around, they're splitting them up now. And if you want to travel by yourself, because we have a lot of folks traveling by themselves now, they don't want to wait. There's
Mhm.
even an agency that's, I think their name is She Ain't Going. Because as you know, in setting up for travel, that when you start off, everybody want to go.
Yes.
Everybody say, "Oh yeah, we're going," and then when it comes down to the paying the deposit, I'll pay it later, or at the final payment, you got to pull and tug and whatnot. And folks don't understand the importance of this because if you drop off, if you book, say a group of travel, and it's based on 20 people, if you fall below that 20 people, that may change that price for everyone
Yes.
else. So you've got to be aware that you got to, and that's what that person who is in charge, who is going to sign your name on that contract, they've got to know, and they've got to share that with the group leaders, and put a plan to place in case that happens, because that may happen. Now, God knows we want it to increase,
Hmm.
and if we got to get a second group, okay, that second group may not be able to go for that first group's price, but we can get it together. But in here, each person must buy a voucher. And then you get to choose the package because the packages are different. And also, this particular package or this voucher, the special will end on May 31st, 2025. The agency name is Pacific Holidays, and you have to book by that time, or else you've lost that particular deal. If you want to travel by yourself, it's an additional $985. Passports, yeah, no real ID is going to help you going out
In
of the.
another country, yes.
No passport card. Please understand there is a difference in a passport book and a passport card.
Mhm.
Passport cards are only valid if you are driving into Mexico or Canada. Only driving. If you're flying into Mexico or Canada, you must have a passport book. Also, now the passports books have to be valid at least 6 months after the date of your return from your travel. So say you're returning from your travel today, that passport has to be good for
Until
6
November.
beyond today, or else you won't be able to use it even if you left last month. Also, you have to have, in this case, you have to have at least two blank visa pages on that passport book. And travel.state.gov. Here's where you get it. Travel.state.gov. You get all that information. The currency, New Zealand, Australian, and the Fijian dollar. I'm going to Fiji. I'm going. Pacific Holidays has been in service since 2012, and people have really been excited about them. Round trip is from Los Angeles. So it does include airfare, but if you're coming from New York or Chicago, you have to get to Los Angeles, LAX specifically, and that's where you're going to travel out on Fiji Airways. Uh, because this is a hop around tour, you're going from Auckland to Sydney. Uh, there are one-way fares from Auckland to Sydney's, and then round trip shuttles from the airports to the hotels in all the cities. It breaks it down. You go in Auckland, nights in Sydney, and 2 nights in Fiji. Yes, with continental breakfast. Now, notice this is the first time they talked about meals.
Mhm.
So some things aren't written, but you got to not assume. And here is one of the things: there is no meals that have been mentioned thus far, except for this continental breakfast. Here are some of the ideas for your vacation. Now, when they say ideas, that doesn't mean that they're going to take you to these places. They're not included. These are additional fees. So focus on that information. If it was included, it would say included. Okay. It
Yes.
would say we're going to pay for it, and it does not. So just read the fine print. Here are things you need to know. Just restating, you have to pay for it by the 31st. It says paid amount never expires. That means that the amount that you paid, you can use it for something else.
Mhm.
But in order for to get this special, you have to do that. Uh, Cancellation reservations are required. Airfare, this is something that's key. Airfare is non-refundable after booking. That is because, and not only is it non-refundable, it may not be transferable because these airfares are being purchased at a wholesale level. When you get them, they're yours. You can't change them. You can't change the time. You can't change the date. You can't change the name. And that's very important. When you getting somebody's name, have them give it to you. So they're spelling their name the way that they know their name is on their identification. And you're not assuming, like Sally.
Yes.
Some folks spell Sally
With the Y.
SALY,
Yes.
SE,
Yeah.
SO, I don't know. There's so many variations to the name. So you have to make sure that that's in order. Travel insurance, highly recommended. And in some countries now, it's mandatory. Travel insurance is mandatory, and travel insurance is different. One travel insurance is not the same as another. So know your travel insurance. And I know you're saying, oh my God, this is so much to learn and understand. That's why you get a professional. That's why you get a professional. Everybody doesn't know it, but a professional travel advisor, they are trained to know this. You know, you get a headache and you take an aspirin, that's on you. You know, you say, oh, okay, I can take this. But that headache can go away, then you are trying to go see a doctor, someone who is trained in understanding what's going on with my head. So use a travel advisor. That is definitely an industry that is growing. It's not a get rich quick as no other business is. But if you stick with it, if you learn all there is, and there's just a plethora of information that you can learn about the travel industry. And but there is revenue there. Man, oh man, it's Chevets. So yeah. Now in Chicago, I found ChicagoFun.com. It provides a lot of coupons. Oh my God. The escape rooms, subscribe, the Cougars, you know, games, hockey games. Oh, I sent some folks to a hockey game because it was inexpensive, because we had the group and they had the best time of their life. At first, they were a little apprehensive about going because they said, we don't know anything about hockey. But when we went, oh, it was the best thing. So we've got a lot of sports, more than the Bears, the Bulls, the Sox, and the Cubs. Take advantage. Take those children out. And I'm focused on children. Take them out, take them out, take them out. The end of this month, there's down in the farming. Naima, do you know about the farm special that's going on down in not St. Anne's, Bourbon?
Lemonade?
Yes.
Yes. I heard a bit about that, not details. We got some comments though. If you want to pull those up on the screen.
Okay. Well, let me go over here. Let's see. Let's stop sharing. Let's get back to what we doing.
And you might also you want to, because I know I've traveled with young people, and there are some challenges. And Sally may have some stories too.
Oh yeah,
it's a whole different thing when you're traveling with young people.
Yeah, it is quite a bit. Okay. Yes.
We've got some comments here from some viewers.
From the Female Solution, you may need. Oh no, you don't want that one.
The other ones.
I seen that one. Yes, thank you very much. The Higher Learning Network. Yes, grand afternoon to you too. We appreciate your comments. We are looking forward to next week seeing you here. Love you. Yes, traveling with children. I don't know. I am so on board with enhancing the mindset of the children. While I look up what's going on downstate to the farmland, can you talk about some of the challenges that you've had traveling with children and how you resolved them, overcame them?
How we deal with traveling with children is you have to have a guardian with you. So you can't just pay for your child to go on a trip and not be with your child. So we stress that a guardian has to be with the child that's going on the trip. I can't just say, oh, I want my child to go and pay the funds and have somebody else be responsible for that child. You have to be responsible or send in a responsible adult along with your child. It's so, like in my family, I come from a large family, so one or two adults can go and other people can, family members can send their kids because you know who they're traveling with. Um, Especially nowadays, you just want to be, you want your child to feel safe. You want to feel safe. So I just can't fathom not traveling with your child, experiencing what they're experiencing, so that you all have a conversation at the dinner table or with somebody else, or where you can insert and they can insert in that conversation from the travels instead of just bringing it back to a parent. It's nice to have that experience. I remember one of my brothers, him and his wife took their kids somewhere about 4 times a year. And as an adult now, I can appreciate that because sometimes I went with them, you know, on those experiences. And I thought it was a little excessive when I was younger. But as an adult now, it's so much appreciative. And now their kids are the exact same way. They try to make sure they do family trips. So
Yes, yes.
great.
That's how kind of how I got started, and then I was an army brat too.
Okay.
So, but it is very important not to just send your child,
Yes.
but be there with your child, getting the experience as well, and being able to go back home and talk about it.
Yes.
And build from there. Maybe next time you can go on your own, or
Hmm.
suggest some other places to go. But yeah, just we're not travelers,
Yes.
we're not babysitters.
No, not
and
at
and
all.
and some folks, it needs to be like maybe a 2-to-1 ratio.
Hmm.
2 children to a sponsor or an adult, because children are inquisitive and they have questions taking you one way or another, and you don't want to not answer those
Yes.
questions, but then you've got to be attentive to so many people, and you're doing a disservice to the whole journey.
Yes.
Yeah, so here it is. Naima, I found it, Basu National Natural Farm, the 24th annual Herb Fest, and it's actually in Pembroke
Yeah.
Township. It's Pembroke Township, and they do so much. That's where we get the blueberries from.
Right. We went down there to pick blueberries last time. Yeah.
So this is going to be next Saturday and Sunday, which is a holiday weekend. But they're going to have the medicinal herbs and culinary herbs, prenatal native plants, daylilies, irises, hostas. Ooh, I need some more hostas. And of course, they have their gift shop. And it is a family business that has been around for a long time. If they're having the 24th annual Herb Fest, then yeah, they've been around even before then. And we like that family, that melanin family, out there trying to save their farms
Yes.
and teach how we need to grow our own. We have to. Yeah, it's good to be able to go to the grocery store and purchase, but purchase from those farm stands.
No.
Farm stands are coming. Those are home-based business. That's that. Remember, I said our own network. We have to help each other.
Yeah.
So
I think you got another comment too.
we do. Oh, we do. Oh, we got some more. Thank you. Oh, from Higher Learning Network again, Zelda. Thank you. Our Chicago unhoused neighbors say thank you for your generous donations to help feed the homeless in Chicago. God bless this ministry. And not only feed the homeless, but we talked about it earlier. They need those daily items just to take care of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you said, the soap, the toilet tissue, you know, sheets, towels, mouthwash,
Yes.
you know, just things that we take for granted. Just go into your bathroom and everything in your bathroom. These people out here who are unhoused, they need them. And you don't necessarily be unhoused living on the street. You can be living
Mm-hmm.
with somebody else and you can
Yes.
be classified as unhoused because you're just in a space, but you have to still take care of yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
can't assume that these people are going to feed you and are going to provide these items for you. And oh my gosh, let me go to the rest of these statements because we are running out of time. Oh, please put the comment back up so the world can see. Which
Yes.
comment? Okay. Miss Sally, did anyone ever tell you that you look like
No.
Helen Ali, Muhammad Ali's former wife?
This is the first I've heard that one, but thank you.
Thank you.
Puppers and all.
And Zelda, before I leave, tell me which comment to put back up so the world can see.
Probably about
Me?
the donations,
Oh,
probably.
the donations. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
Yes.
Yeah, we want everybody to see and tap in. Can you tap in? Do you understand how to tap in? It doesn't take much. And even if you don't reach the Female Solution and the Higher Learning Network and Zelda as she does her ministries, there's so many. You don't have to go through her. You don't have to. If you feel as though you want to do this on your own, do this on your own. If you feel as though you walking down the street or you got a bag of clothes to drop off somewhere, do that, or a meal, or buying the person behind you's lunch or dinner, because you don't know what situation they're in.
Mm-hmm.
And if is it going to really break you? Pay your tithes, not only to the church house, but to the store, to the, I don't want to say the outhouse because some folks still relate the outhouse to the
Mm.
outside. I don't want so I don't want, but pay your tithes, give your gifts, because without the grace of God, you wouldn't have nothing that you got anyway.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Sally, for being here.
Thank you, Mr. Bora, for allowing me on
Oh,
your platform.
absolutely. It was a great session as always. Thank you, Naima, our executive producer of the Female Solution. Yes, we are here each and every day. Don't forget, every day we are here to share life, love, and happiness. Okay?
Right. Fantastic.
Thank you. And
Thank
you enjoy the
you.
rest of your weekend.
Oh, baby, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my life.
Love it.
Thanks.
We've come to the end of our show today. If you missed any broadcasts, go to our website for the audio and video archives at www.thefemalesolution.com. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussions. And to our global family joining us from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, xie xie. India, Dhanyavad. Japan, arigato. Korea, kamsamnida. Russia, spasiba. Germany, danke. Poland, dziękuję. France, merci. Spain, gracias. Italy, grazie. Egypt, shukran. Ghana, madasi. Nigeria, eshe. South Africa, Ngiabonga. Senegal, Jaref. Kenya, Asante. Israel, Toda. Pakistan, Shukriya. Afghanistan, Tashakur. Saudi Arabia and Palestine, Shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Thank you, and may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.